Hi everyone, hope all is well. Friday afternoon and we focus on the Perashat. Of course, this month's class is sponsored by Sean and Jennifer Safdie and Sam and Shannon Chama in memory of Mark Safdie and Jeanette Safdie. And this week in particular also sponsored in honor of Avi and Vicky and to be by their children. So thank you, Anti-School Mitzvot. Perashat Devarim, as we open a new and the last sefer of Hamisha Chumshei Torah. Perashat Devarim always immediately precedes Tisha B'Av, as Moshe Rabbeinu recaps the sin of the spies, which was the birth of Tisha B'Av as we know it, as an auspicious day. But the Sefer opens, Ela Devarim Asher Diber Moshe. These are the words that Moshe Rabbeinu is going to tell over to the Jewish people as his last will and testament to the people that he led for 40 years. And as he begins, he says something that we gloss over, but I think has tremendous value in understanding not only who Moshe Rabbeinu was, but as a tremendous lesson for us as well. And he says to the Jewish people, Va'omar alechem ba'etahi lemor. At that time, he's recapping, at that time I said to you, Lo uchal levadi se'et etchem. I cannot carry you guys, I can't carry the burden of leadership alone. Adonai Elohechem hirba etchem inechem hayom kechvei hashamayim larov. Hashem has made you multiply, and you're a lot of people. Adonai Elohechem yosef alechem kachem elef pamim. And Hashem should continue to multiply you. Of course, the famous pasuk. Vivarech etchem kasher dibilachem, and He should continue to bless you. Echa esa libadi torchachem umasa'achem v'rivechem. How can I carry your complaints and your burdens and all of your fighting, which we always take to be a negative thing, of course, and that is the connection to Megillat Echa. Moshe Rabbeinu says the word Echa first, and Moshe Rabbeinu essentially is telling the Jewish people, you're a very difficult people. You're stubborn, you complain. It's been a rough ride these last 40 years, but perhaps there is a positive light to spin on this again, which is telling a Moshe Rabbeinu as a leader an important life lesson, and that is how incredible that Moshe Rabbeinu, the greatest man who ever lived, is facing the people that he led for 40 years, and he's basically saying, I couldn't do it alone. I needed to ask for help. Moshe Rabbeinu, the greatest man who ever lives, in his ultimate humility, is admitting that he needed help. Guys, I couldn't do this alone. And the Pesukim continue, I needed to get other people to judge you and to sit with you and discuss with you and do all of the things because I couldn't do it alone. How incredible of a message, because often we think that asking for help means that we are inferior. It means that we are incompetent. It means that we are inadequate. And that is not the case. Everybody needs help at some point in time, and asking for it is nothing to be embarrassed about. Here is Moshe Rabbeinu, the greatest leader who ever lived, and he's admitting to the people that he led, I needed help. And the Torah advocates for that idea. In Sefer Vayikra, in Perashat Tazria, we read about the Mitzorah, the leper. And the Pasuk there writes, in Perek Yud Gimel, Pasuk Mem Dalid, Ish Sarua Hu Tameh, Pasuk Mem He. So we have this leper, he's going through his whole ordeal. And as he's walking through the camp, he should say, I am impure, I am impure. Now Rashi there writes that the reason he's doing it is because he wants to let people know that he is impure, that he's contagious, and they should keep their distance. The Gemara in Masechet Nidah on Daf Samach Vav reads that pasuk differently and says, Ditanya, V'tameh tameh yikra. A Beraita quotes the pasuk and says that this leper should call out and say, I am impure. Tzarich lehodia tzaro l'rabim, v'rabim mevakshim alav rachamim. The reason why he has to tell people he is impure, that he's sick, is not because he wants them to keep their distance, but because he's asking them for help. Guys, I'm sick. I need you to pray for me. I need help. I'm in a bad spot. I've fallen on hard times. There's something wrong with me. Something's going on. I need help. Can you please help me? Can you pray for me? Can you help me? It is not something to be embarrassed about to ask for help. It is not a sign of weakness. In fact, if anything, it is a sign of strength to know my limitations, where I stop and where I need help to pick up from there. And that is a lesson that Moshe Rabbeinu gives us in the opening of Sefer Devarim as he addresses the people for the very last time after 40 years of leadership. It's okay to ask for help. Don't be embarrassed. Shabbat Shalom.